I borrowed money from friends and family. Then I started a business that didn't work. Everything went wrong, and I became more than 10 lakhs rupees in debt. So I thought of even closing business and going back to my village.
In villages, respect of taking money from somebody is a very big stigma, right? How did you manage that? Because you were not able to pay and you were struggling to manage your own store. What did you do at that time?
No, it was very challenging for me to overcome from my emotional. So I think I slept many days on the park to avoid. So those people who lent money to me, my situation was like do or die kind of. Like that was the turning point for me. So we changed the some strategy, working almost like 18 hours a day, convincing each and every customers. I took the decision to open the stores in the morning, early morning until the evening. Then we started doing some small marketing kind of liquid distribution and bringing those customers to the inside and standing outside and calling them inside and giving sample and all these things. That worked very well.
Okay.
So then within 1 year, I cleared all my debts.
Wow. What changes did you bring in hiring people?
Yeah.
Which now made your team look big. I have seen the recent photograph of you celebrating Bogi with your team. So what did you change in hiring?
Instead of investing money into the marketing, so we invested money into the building team and we invested for the training. So a lot of training and understanding about this product and services, why we are doing this, where that every product is coming from. So we build a lot of transparency about the product.
How important do you think is profitability as a business owner?
So that's what, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, to spend some time to overcome those challenges and those limiting beliefs. We understand these overall challenges in the market. Then, so we entered and we started this business and taking care of the responsibility to providing this product. So with the transparency, with the trust, and with the quality. Earlier it was we had some maybe small vision. Now I have a big vision to motivate me. And working with Licious, I'm enjoying this experience and learning a lot from them.
Today we have an inspiring guest with us for the first episode of Indicon's Business Podcast. We have with us Mr. Mahesha S. He is the founder of My Chicken and More. By the way, while he has been able to grow as a business owner and achieve a revenue mark of 100 crore, what is really astonishing is his background. The journey that has taken him good amount of time to be able to come here is nothing but really remarkable. A lot to learn from him. Let me tell you one highlight about his journey. He has been able to sell his brand, My Chicken and More, to a unicorn called as Licious, and he has sold it for 200 crores. So stay tuned to learn from his journey of building a business from scratch to being able to sell it to Licious. Thank you so much for coming here, Mahesha.
Thank you, Abhay. Thank you for inviting me.
It's really a pleasure having you here. I know you personally, but today I want to share your journey so that the audience and the business owners who are around can learn from it. First of all, what inspired you to start My Chicken and More?
Yeah. So for me, when I started my business at age of 24 and a half, so I started my business for my survival. So frankly speaking, so I dreamed about starting some business from my childhood. And when I worked in some of companies in the poultry industry, I realized that so I can create some business differently by starting this business. Uh, Kind of the concept of selling chicken, fish, and meat products in the AC showroom. So I decided to start this business for my survival. But while growing this business, so I built this business for the nation today.
Awesome. Happy to hear that. But I'm sure there's a lot in the journey.
Yeah.
While the start point was really to focus on your own survival, but today the vision has grown,
Yes.
right? Awesome. So let's get started with going back to the time.
Yeah,
Okay, and let's go back to your initial days. How was your childhood? Where are you from? Can you take let people understand what was the background that you came from?
yeah, of course. Um, so one thing I strongly believe that where we came from that is not important. Where we reach that is very important. So because why I'm saying this word, I came from a small village. Uh, and I grown up with a with giant family and with a village culture, and there is no like there were no businessmen or some like highly official people in our village, but still I left my village at age of 19 years when I came to Bangalore. So when I came to Bangalore, I didn't know anything. I first I reached to Bangalore Majestic. I think many of people knows that, and I reached the temple. Still, it is there, Ganapati Mahaganapati temple. I prayed the Ganapati and started my journey.
Okay.
Yeah. So while I was started working initially, I started working in some FMCG and travel industry as a salesman. Then I got some connection with some other company called Venkatesh Hatcheries. I think it's known as Venkob Venky's Chicken. So there I got a job as a sales officer to sell poultry feed to the farmers across some 2 3 districts in Karnataka. So while I got the job, I was very happy for got the job in Venky's Chicken, and since I came from this small village and I know that how to coordinate with the farmers to sell our feed, then I succeeded there. Then I moved to another company, processed chicken company, to sell the chicken to the hotels and restaurants in Bangalore. So with these two experience, uh, I thought of starting my own business, but those time the struggle when I was working for the salary, investing money for the business was not easy. So whatever 4 5 years I saved some money. With that, I convinced my parents to sell some small property. Those time, but I had a confidence about the business. I convinced them, so please sell this property and give the money. I'll give you back the money with the interest. That's much of confidence I had. And also, I borrowed money from friends and family with all my savings. I started my business at age of 24 and a half. This
What
business.
year was this?
We started in 2007,
Okay.
November 28,
Okay. So 2007, and today we are standing at 2024.
24.
And
Yes.
you have grown exponentially.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. So, can you see a lot of young entrepreneurs when they're starting today, they're getting stuck about, is my idea too innovative? Am I solving a real big problem? How did you get this idea of selling chicken, and what was the driving force behind that, according to you?
Yeah. See, at when I was I had decided to start a business. I thought of starting this chicken and fish outlet in hygienic and standard way, but I didn't know that how customers will accept and how the business will run. But I had the good intention to start this business. I thought, why so like the whatever we are wearing, shoes, slippers are available in the showroom. Why our eating food it's available in the local dirty market? I thought of I want to do something and I want to bring something changes in the industry, uh, meat and seafood industry. I started this business, but here after I started, like everything is went wrong. So customers didn't turn to our store. They were like something like they're scaring to come to the store because it looked like a showroom and with a AC, with a clean tiles and the tables, and we kept product in the display and in the box and with the proper ice packing and neat uniform. So I started in Ramurti Nagar, but initially like nobody. Uh, Trusted maybe they understand our business to come, but later it took almost 1.5 year to convince the customer, but within 1 year I struggled a lot personally,
Okay.
because at age of 25, 26, I started my business, I lost the money, I become more than 10 lakh rupees of debt, and I didn't have anybody to share my emotional challenges and my financial challenges. I felt like alone and frustrated a lot those time.
And we'll go deep into those because these are very common challenges that business owners face today, where they realize that they have to be the person alone who is arranging finances, who is taking care of business growth, and who is also taking care of their own family,
Yeah.
right? And because you were young at the age, you were able to manage it, but a lot of people are struggling with it, and we'll go deep into it. But let's come to that point where you mentioned that customers fear to enter your store.
Yeah.
So, did you realize that the consumers are extremely fearful of entering into stores which look very shiny? Did you think that way?
Yeah, because those time nobody knows uh, we can sell chicken and fish in this kind of format, because it was a completely new project. Uh, so that I think that is not the customer problems. I think maybe we're not focused on the marketing.
Okay.
And it was completely new project, like a new concept for the customers, because they used to normally they usually they will buy their chicken and fish from the small chicken shop in front of them, and this is like a showroom.
Got it. Got it. So, for
Yeah.
them, understanding this as a concept
Yeah.
of modern way of selling chicken and fish
Yes.
in itself was not acceptable to
Yes.
them, or they were unaware. So,
Yeah.
they feared maybe they would charge too much.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Has there ever been a situation where a customer uh, asked you the price and then he was like, okay, shocked, and then he entered the store? Has that happened ever?
Yeah, of course, because like we were selling premium product.
Okay.
Okay, there was no wastage. Maybe our yield percentage was less when we are doing this proper cleaning and packing and other thing. Of course, some slight changes in the price, but it is 100% is a value of the is worth for that money whatever they're paying. But they didn't understand about this. But that maybe we both took some 1 year.
Mm.
But then later it's clicked like anything. They
Got it.
started coming back to our stores like it was amazing
Got it.
later.
But do you remember any personal customer interaction where somebody told that first they didn't believe in my chicken and more, and then suddenly they started becoming the loyal customer?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember any such
Yes, of course.
conversation?
We have so many customers in our first store. Like normally when they're walking in the store, they're just observing from outside to see that how we'll operate the store, how we'll receive the product, and how. Then they're coming inside. Then they trying some small quantity to trust us, the test us. Then they start believing and becoming the loyal customer for us. There are many customers for my chicken and more.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So basically, they were trying to first see what's happening, then try a small
Yes,
quantity, and
exactly.
then come back if they like it.
Yes, yes.
That is how it was happening.
Yeah.
Okay, but see, chicken and fish market is extremely crowded, right?
Yeah.
Every lane has a chicken seller or a mutton
Of
seller or a fish seller. How did you create a differentiator? What do you think became the most important thing for customers to come back to you? What do you think changed there?
Yeah. So this is actually a very beautiful question for me. Since I came from the poultry industry, I know that how that poultry industry will operate to the till the consumer. Like see how maybe from breeding farm, hatchery, then the feed mill, then the integration of rearing the bird, and how trader or distributor will transport that to the small store, how the small store will uh, reach to the consumer. This cycle I knew about that, but about the fish I didn't know about fish, because like we from our side we don't eat fish much. Then I thought, no, if you want to do this business, you want to grow this business, I want to learn a fish business. Then I started going to the Sivajinagar market for the fish market to understand the fish. Almost more, I think more than 3 years continuously. We are going every day morning 3 o'clock, midnight 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock, and morning 5 o'clock to understand how that fish vehicle or the market will operate, how that fish vehicle will come to the market, and how they will receive, and how they will sell, and how they will operate overall, and where and all which cost is coming more, and how quality will differentiate first quality, second quality, third quality, why this market will morning 6 o'clock is look like different, and morning 10 o'clock will look like different, and the same market is running look like different with a different product. I was wondering because I didn't know about fish much. Then when I realized, understanding that some vehicle coming from the different coast, And again, there are Persian boat and the Leyland boat. Like small boat fish are coming fresh with a premium price, and some of the big boat fish are coming with some little bit lesser cost within 1 day, 2 day shelf life. Then I understood that I think this and all customer regular consumers can't understand this how this happening back end.
I agree.
Then also I made one thing. I made the list of the uh, big traders of doing this business in the industry, and understood that how they are going to develop. Then I realized nobody was interested to develop their business in a different way.
Okay.
Then I thought, so this is maybe this segment is for me to take a risk and do the business.
I agree. I have seen that either somebody sells chicken, mutton,
Yeah.
but nobody sells it.
Yes. All three,
Like
nobody will
collated.
sell. Yes.
What now? Did you see any benefits in the initial days when you started experimenting with this? Because some people don't like the smell of fish,
Yeah.
and you are selling it in the same store.
Yes.
How did you manage some customers who didn't like it?
Yeah, of course. For this, actually, we thought same thing. So we made in the same store. Fish is a different room,
Okay.
like making some partition,
Okay.
and chicken is something like a different. Because we thought same, but fish eater can't buy chicken. Maybe chicken and mutton eaters can't absorb this fish smell. So then we understood that why that fish smell is coming. Okay, so we started working on that in the next outlet, building that store in a such a hygienic and standard in the way of scientifically designed to avoid all the way of coming smell. And for the way we have taken care of the proper drainage system in the store and proper exhaust air exhaust system. And then so before coming to our store, fish should be checked with all the way about the chemical, about the shelf life and everything, and using the RO treated ice for the keeping fish. So this then for every like some of the floor cleaner and for the dustbin keeping method, all these things we change a lot. Then our stores, if you see today, there is no partition, so but there is no smell.
Okay.
You can really enjoy the shopping in My Chicken and More for buying chicken and fish like a showroom, like what we thought
Oh
those days.
wow, that's beautiful. I've never personally heard that, to be honest. I've seen so many people who actually eat fish but hate the smell of fish
Yeah,
or hate the buying experience of fish. And you were able to break down the whole process of getting the fish, cleaning the fish multiple directions, letting go of the water, wasted air, and then being able to
yes,
keep it here.
exactly.
And how do customers shop fish now at your store?
See, like if you see that we are the now becoming a trusted brand for the chicken and fish in Bangalore. So My Chicken and More, so we have more than 18 million customers per annum we are serving, and it's like uh, yeah, we are doing good, very good business today.
Okay.
And also, like, we don't consider this chicken and fish as just like a product. We always consider this as a food. Always, we don't use this is something like a the maybe wet market or something like this product, that product. We always consider this a food. So chicken food and fish food. It's like we are eating this. Okay. So how we are like so give the respect when it comes to our dining table. Same respect we will give when it is even it is in the raw meat.
Wow, beautiful. See, personally, to be honest, I'm not a non-vegetarian.
Yeah.
I'm a pure vegetarian.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I've seen people treating the the feed that comes is extremely bad. They just throw them,
Yeah.
and all the hens are talking.
We have seen in the
Yeah,
many places.
yeah, and it's absolutely not acceptable, and it pains me, to be honest.
Exactly.
But when I hear this, I understand that they are treated well through the process, and that is why people love coming to you.
Exactly. And also like onboarding to My Chicken and More as a supplier, it's not easy.
Okay.
So we will train them like how we required, other how it has to be. It is not just like that as a one of the vendors he can't supply to us.
Okay.
So we have a system like vendor building system. So before he is onboarding to our system, so he has to understand like how we are giving respect to those product.
Got it.
And so he should work like with us as a partner, not just like one of the vendor.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. So
Yeah.
you're basically telling that if somebody really wants to become a supplier of yours, he needs to have a value system first.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like how you look at all the chicken that comes, they should equally look like that, and they should follow and adhere to all the
Yeah.
processes. Now, have you ever worked with somebody who did not follow the process, and what have you done?
Yeah, see, there are many people are there, but of course, we work with them and we tried our level best. Then, like, we do vendor evaluation,
Okay.
vendor management systems, and of course, so as a company and as a responsible
Absolutely.
supplier for the consumer, and we should take care of some decision. Mm.
Absolutely. Oh, so you basically don't want to work with people who don't adhere to
Yeah,
process,
yeah, of course.
and you have value process to help you understand whether somebody is agreeing to it or not agreeing to it, and then you
Yes,
evaluate and let them
exactly,
go.
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome. Now let's talk about something that is very, very important. Now, while you were creating all of this, everybody uh, thinks that chicken and mutton as a whole, somebody thinks they should eat 7 days a week. Somebody thinks we should not eat it too much because now it is not natural,
yeah,
right? Can you tell me some bad practices that are being done by people which is not healthy?
yeah. So, of course, there are many myths about poultry industry and other like fish and other product. Like especially in the poultry, everybody are telling. So there will be like uh, what you call steroids and other things and all.
Yeah.
But so nobody is having the proof.
Okay.
And in the poultry industry, see, maybe not as a businessman, I can think as a citizen of India, how many veterinary doctors, professors are working in this industry.
Okay.
Okay, so do you believe there are the big department from the central government and state government for this animal husbandry and for this poultry and fisheries? And do you think how does it problem? Sorry, I just
That's
cut it
good.
off. Okay, how does it maybe if anything's happen in the industry, something like some people will say that there are the war antibiotic and some of the steroids. It is highly impossible. So because why I'm telling this, so there are so many veterinary doctors and professors and scientists working in this industry, and from the government also, from the central government and state government, they are involved for this industry to take care of this and to assure that what consumers are eating is the best way. And
Okay.
also when it comes to the companies like corporate companies, whatever we are doing, so there are so many employees are working and involved. 100% everything will happen as per the SOP and the process and to take care of the maximum quality and care. But still, in the market, there are so many myths about chicken is not good for health and fish is coming with some other issues. It is impossible. Okay, so maybe if you not taking care of the proper shelf life and proper cold chain, so that is a chances of getting spoiled.
Absolutely.
That is there for even for the vegetarian food also. That is there for even the any product like ice cream and for any product, fruits and other product also. So here, when it comes to the chicken and fish, this meat product, supply chain and cold chain management is very, very important.
Yeah.
That's what today there are many companies are involved. It is maybe difficult for some small players to manage this, but as a company, we assure 100% for our products are safe.
Let's talk more on that. See, any perishable product actually
Yeah,
goes through this own cycle of having a shelf life of 4 to 7 days,
yeah,
or 2 to 7 days, or 1 to 7 days, right? How important do you think is supply chain in whole of this process, and how did you come up with a solution to it? Because it's not easy.
yeah,
A lot of people are still struggling.
yes,
I have heard people saying that he sold me bad chicken,
yes,
right? A lot of people told me, like, I was speaking to one of my friends, and I was trying to understand more about Licious,
yeah,
and they were like, while they promised great quality, the time that they were agreeing was 30 minutes, but they were coming after 2 hours. So, or when they agreed to us, they were coming after probably half a day, right? What do you think you have been able to master in the supply chain?
Yeah. Of course, see, when it comes to Licious, in the quality, they are the number one. There is no doubt. If you see their factories, their processing ups and their delivery ups, and the way of the training they're providing for the employees and the way of delivery, I think nobody can match to Licious.
Got it.
So they're the company, they're master in maintaining this cold chain, supply chain till the customer's place. They're amazing. So in when it comes to My Chicken and More, of course, we have a retail stores and the customer are buying to our stores and buying. For us, what we how we maintain from the sourcing, from the maybe from the coast when it comes to the fish. Another thing, when we receive the fish from the harbor, so we will do proper ice packing with rotated ice.
And this is here or there is a hub?
Yeah, see, like normally, when we get the fish,
Mm.
especially sea fish, because it's a very dedicated,
Mm.
sorry,
Item, delicate item.
yeah, it's like uh, so when it comes to the sea fish, so we taken care of from the sourcing to the till consumer end. So normally earlier, if you see some maybe before we started, otherwise maybe some 10 years before, all the vendors are supplying like without a refrigeration vehicle and without maybe proper pub boxes with the proper icing and all. So till coming to our place, then in our place again we do again quality check and
Okay.
we will segregate. Then we'll pack to the different boxes and we'll send to our stores.
Okay. So you actually added multiple processes and you
Yeah.
reduced the amount of fish to be kept in the box so that it is staying in good quality.
Yes.
Now, didn't that increase the operational cost because you were having checks at so many points while people are directly packing it from
Yeah.
the shore to directly to the store or the local market?
Yeah. No, absolutely no. It will not add much cost because we will work on the forecast intent.
Okay.
So we will inform vendors this next week how much quantity we require, and he will plan accordingly, and that is the best way.
Okay.
Otherwise, he started packing like more than 30-35 kg fish. Some quantities get maybe damaged and it will get waste, and we don't sell that all
So,
damaged
so if you
fish.
had to tell me what is your damage or waste percentage out of every day, so if
Yeah,
you have to tell me a
of
percentage.
course. Like, if you see now my chicken and more.
Mm.
Absolutely, it is less than 1%
Wow.
of the damage. If you see the record and what we have shown, uh, and like how we maintained, it is less than 1%. It was there some 3-4 years, maybe previously some 2.5. Now we can reduced to only 1%. That is actually our strength.
Wow, that's beautiful.
This is what like how we are planning and how we are like executing the supply chain and the product.
Okay, so basically, in your operations function, what you have been able to do is you created process for vendors,
Yeah,
you created process for your store management, and this is what is actually ruling everything that functions in the operations.
exactly.
Now, while you have done all of this, the cost is not increased because you have extremely focused on the economies of scale. The
Yes,
larger quantity that you order,
exactly,
the cost
exactly.
and reduces.
See, this is I don't think so. This and all is required more expense and all.
Hmm.
This only the like something different. If you're thinking different, you can add. You can do like this. Otherwise, this normal other people, maybe other small players having 1 or 2 stores, they can't even think. If they think also, they can't implement all these things.
Got it.
So as a company, so we can
Yeah.
definitely we
This is
always
this is the
think
benefit of
differently.
economy of scale.
Exactly. So you always think differently to what value we can add for our
Mm.
people, and definitely we can implement this.
Got it.
In our business, always we think there are the four stakeholders. Of course, one is our customers. Okay, they always we are thinking to add more value than what we receive from the customer. That's what we believe. Then second one is like our employees. They're not just like our employees; they are like our partners and our strong strength in our company. And third one is like our vendors. So vendors are like very important. So they should not work something like a vendors. They should work like our partners to work towards our vision and mission. And of course, like our investors. So we assure them. So invest in this business. So because what we are doing is really amazing, and people are getting the benefit, and we'll give the good ROI for them.
Got it. Awesome. So, while we have understood about your operations function and we have also understood how you made a clear mark in the market by providing clean, hygienic chicken, fish, and you maintained the whole experience.
Yeah,
Um, what were some challenges that you faced? Now, let's talk about the starting of the
yeah,
journey. Okay, what were some challenges that you faced in the start of your entrepreneurial journey?
yeah. Of course, like initial days challenges, especially the challenges for me was managing this business. Okay, like we didn't have proper system process, uh, maybe proper background. So I had a good vision and dream, but I didn't have much great support to build this business initial days. So when I was hiring some team members and training them, they they were all left within short period after they're learning from us, and they're starting some their own business in the individually and becoming our competitors. This was a big challenge for us, and also like convincing the people of like how I was thinking. It was very big challenge for me because we didn't have proper the way of whether marketing, whether setting context to reach out to them. So there are the this was a major challenges. Then about of course like when it comes to the team earlier, so they were thinking about like so how this company working in meat and seafood. They were thinking the different way, not like some other corporate companies.
Okay.
But we changed this in after 2000, I think 2021, uh, completely like so they should feel like something like corporate. Okay, we added a lot of culture.
Mm.
Uh,
Awesome. So we'll talk more on that. Let's talk about the challenges in depth.
yeah,
During all of these challenges, how hard was it for you to actually have funds? Because you were starting bootstrap,
yeah,
the initial years didn't work well. Uh, how did you secure funds? How did you manage your finances?
yeah. See this. So in our first outlet, so as I mentioned that I borrowed money from friends and family. Then I started a business that didn't work. Everything went wrong, and I became more than 10 lakhs rupees in debt.
Okay.
So I thought of even closing business and going back to my village. But fortunately, so we changed the uh, some strategy, working like almost like 18 hours a day. We started opening stores at morning 5 o'clock until 10 o'clock and understanding each and every customers to provide them what they want and to make them understand what we are doing and why we are doing. So we took that our decision and to decide to work hard. Like so, I with some 4 or 5 employees, I slept many days in my store. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
those time.
Tell me more about it. What used to run in your mind when you used to sleep in your store?
See, I didn't have any other option. So once I started a business, when I became debt of more than 10 lakh rupees in 2008 9. So I didn't have any other options. So I was a responsible person to give money back to like who lend money to me. And so I thought of different ideas like so what should I do to clear their debts, my debts, and close this. But I didn't get any idea. Instead of trying this business in different.
Got it.
So we started working. So normally we were opening store at 8 o'clock to evening 8 o'clock, but we changed the strategy to morning opening morning 4 to 5 o'clock early morning and opening till evening 10 o'clock and working ourselves own and convincing each and every customers and all those things that actually worked best.
Really well for you.
Yeah,
Okay, so let me also tell you this. So a lot of people who come from villages, usually they take loans from their family and friends, and in villages, respect of taking money from somebody is a very big
no, we are a very big
right?
challenge.
How did you manage that? Because you were not able to pay and you were struggling to manage your own store. What did you do at that time?
See that time like. No, it was very challenging for me to overcome from my emotional. Uh, so I think I slept many days on the park. Okay, to avoid so those people who lent money to me,
Okay.
and So normally I don't like telling lie. Okay, so it was very challenging for me. I didn't know how to overcome, and it was a very big challenge. And so that's what like that was the turning point for me especially. That's what. So whether that was my situation was like do or die, die kind of situation, but I don't want to die.
Got it. So you will do it.
Yes, I should do it.
So you started doing.
Yes, I started doing and changing the strategy, like why this business is not running. Then I took the decision to open the stores in the morning, early morning until the evening. Then when I started convincing each and every customer, and of course I had a confident that my product was very good, and the only thing is we were maybe didn't know that how to reach to our customers. Then we started doing some small marketing kind of leaflet distribution and bringing those customers to the inside and standing outside and calling them inside and giving sample and all these things. That worked very well.
Okay.
So then within 1 year, I cleared all my debts.
Wow. So we'll talk more on this. So um you manage your finances.
Yeah.
You somehow at times didn't go home, slept in the store, slept in the park so that you don't have to face people. But you started working really, really hard
Yes. Yeah.
and thinking. Now what I want to cover here is what do you think was shift in your mindset? Let's talk about that because majority of the business owners today are not able to come out of what they're going through because you were saying your emotional
Yeah.
things you were not able to share with people.
Yes.
What was running in your head was not visible to people.
Yeah.
What do you think changed in your mindset from being somebody who was starting the stores but was opening the store from 8 to 8 to becoming somebody who is starting the store at 5 and opening the closing the store
Yeah.
at night at 10 p.m. What do you think was change in the mindset?
Yeah. See, before starting business, I was a sales officer and sales manager job. Normally, sales, whether we are getting good salary or not, we should wear formal dress and
Okay.
keep ourselves as a presentable.
Okay.
So when I started business, everything was changed. But I changed from that mindset to this mindset to work hard to build this business. And when I was uh, in an emotional trap, so I felt that like those time friends, first of all, like they're all like those time 25, 26 years age. Nobody had the capability to like convince me or support me. I don't want to like blame them.
Okay.
So, but I understood that. So, as a business owner, we should know about these challenges. Like, if you want to achieve some goals, so we should analyze what challenges may come, and we should at least prepare for how we could overcome those challenges. Would be
Great.
help to manage our emotions. Otherwise, so one is that mental challenges, and another is like the financial challenges and managing business. If everything is come at a time, it's very difficult to manage.
But you had all of it.
I had all of it. I had all of it. Like my journey was like a roller
Roller
coaster
coaster.
kind of things, and
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So now let's also go to the challenge of your teams.
yeah,
Now, while you had started hiring teams, you were not able to share vision. What changed with your teams? What did you do what changes did you bring in hiring people?
yeah,
Which now made your team look big. I have
yes,
seen the recent photograph
yes,
of you celebrating Bogi with your team.
yeah.
So what did you change in hiring? What would change?
Yeah. See, initial days, we are hiring team from known sources and some local. And the problem was that so we didn't follow any process of reviewing meeting. We didn't. Okay. So initial days when we were hiring the team, so we are hiring through known sources and some people locally, local side. But we didn't know that after we hiring them, so how maybe we can do the review meeting with them or to understand to give the task or some delegation to some task and all. So same thing in 2018. So I had some five manager kind of employees. Then I trained them one to one to take care of other people.
Okay.
Okay, unfortunately, they all learned and they left within 1 month.
Okay. Why do you think they left in 1 month?
Of course, see, I thought, see, when I was mentoring them, I was giving training to them. So I didn't share the negative of this business. I shared them only positive aspect because to return them with me. About maybe they may thought, so this is only profitable business, and
Let's
they
go.
left after 1 year. Train them, but again, like after they left, so it was like a challenge. After I think it was in 2018. After I started my business of 10 years, the still struggle was there. So I think that was the turning point. Again, I took their decision to hire some of the senior managers from reputed companies. That worked well. So that's what always I think in my life. So there are the three kind of people. Some people they'll come and go. Some people they come, they teach and go. Some people they will stay with us. So some category people they come to our life and they taught the very good lessons and they left.
Okay, awesome. And apart from that, you created all the systems to manage things. While in creation of systems, how important was the role of the team according to you? Because a lot of people want to implement changes,
Yeah.
but the team doesn't align.
Yeah.
And that's where the real challenge comes in, because at the end of the day, business owner will not be the person
Exactly.
who implements the whole process. It's the
Yes.
team members. What did you change in the team process management,
Yeah.
where you knew that they are working well, they are following the process? What did you change?
So here, so initially in 2020-21, so we had some around I think 150 employees. So we hired maybe so HR manager and accounts manager, those level team. But since it was not running properly like how we expect from the team, there was no tracking system and there was no goal setting systems or maybe the review meeting systems. Somewhere I thought it was like a mess when it comes to every year for the salary increment. Like a lot of emotional drama I faced. Okay, it was like see whole year we don't know like what they're doing, but when it comes to the salary, they're telling all big things, and we first of all with the HR team and all, we didn't know how to measure their metrics and their performance, all these things. So then with I actually I thought started learning about this management with quantum leaf. So I have a right coach and mentor. So from them I learned a lot about this building business in the
Awesome.
corporate and professional way. That helped me a lot in especially building team and building system and process and system.
Awesome. We'll come to the solutions part
Yeah.
soon. But according to you, in all of these challenges, what do you think was the toughest challenge for you to overcome?
Yeah. See, majorly when something we don't know, so taking decision is the toughest challenges for any business owners. So maybe maybe there is we don't want to do the work directly, but we should know that how it will work. Then at least we can delegate the task to someone and we can ask them.
Got it.
So when sometime we don't know about that completely and we don't know how to give the task to them and we don't know how to ask when that comes to the decision, but since as a founder or CEO, it's very difficult for us to take a decision. And I faced that initially, like a lot of challenges, even we lost a lot of
Mhm.
money and all these things.
Okay. So you faced some challenges, but you realized that you need to know things first,
Yeah.
so that you can delegate it to somebody, and then you can take reporting from somebody else as well.
Exactly. If it is a one person as a founder or CEO, he should know. So if he's having some strong core team, they should know and they should take 100% responsibilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's look at what has been the revenue over the years for My Chicken and More. Now today, My Chicken and More is way famous to talk about small things, but let's understand, what do you think, if you had to tell me, of every 5 years,
Yeah.
what was the revenue that you had from 2007 to 2012? What do you think would be average per year revenue?
Yeah. See, when I started in 2007, revenue was actually like very low. It's kind of maybe yearly, maybe once year something.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 or 1.5 year up
Got
to
it.
this one. So then later 2015, so we were doing quite good around some 20 crores something.
Okay.
But those time, like, of course, we didn't know how to manage finance money, but we were doing some 20 crores revenue. Uh, and 2020, we reached almost some 40, 45 crores. Oh, 2020.
Okay.
Yeah. I think 21, we reached 52 crores
Okay.
during COVID, and 22, we reached 62 crores. Then during 2020 financial year, we reached almost 82 crores.
Okay.
And 24 financial year, we reached 110 crores with EBITDA positive.
Okay. So
And
positive EBITDA, growing,
yeah,
expanding team members,
yes.
and this is where you were standing.
And
Okay.
this year, so we're expecting this financial year around 2024-25 financial year. We're expecting almost 140 crores.
Okay.
Uh,
So let me understand. So you told from 2015 to 2020, you were growing at 5 crores per annum.
yeah,
That was the growth in revenue. What do you think shifted from 20 to 2021, where you started growing in leaps?
yeah,
Like you went from 51, 52 to 62, then you went from 62 to 82, then you went from 82 to 110, and you were constantly progressively growing.
yes,
What do you think changed during this time?
yeah. See, before 2020, I was completely like, there were no, maybe the people in the core team. So I had a vision and the dream, but I didn't know how to execute this with the hiring the team and all. So when I hired some of the managers and the senior team in the 2019-20, so they took time, someone 2 years to settle in our company. Then I think 2021 or 20, so we started making annual operating plan. So AOP. So when we plan for next 5 years projection plan, so we understand that like how many employees, outlets, or investments are required, and where and all challenges may come to solve this. Again, 21, I think we all know that COVID hit. Unfortunately, we were not able to implement anything in 21. 22 again, COVID was running. But in the during 20 and 21, 22, especially I started focusing on myself
Okay.
to learn all these things about building budget and preparing the AOP,
Okay.
annual operating plan, and understanding about team building and process systems, and a little bit about marketing, and so about product side, all these things. So I learned a lot of things during that. And while I was learning, I started implementing some percentage in our company. Then that was grown exponentially from some. I started with 4 employees in 2020. I had 150, then 200, 250 employees. Now currently I have 450 employees now.
Okay. So you went from 5 employees in 2012
Yeah.
to
No,
having.
2007 I had five
Okay.
employees.
So you had 2007, you had 5 employees, and
Yeah.
now you have 450 employees.
For employees.
Okay. Awesome. And till what year were you not profitable? Were you profitable all the years?
Yeah, see, 2000, I think 21 during COVID, because we were started some B2B business. I think 1 year we were not in profit. 1 or 2 years maybe we were not in profit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think
You were always in.
yeah, yeah, we are
Now,
always a
how?
profit.
So I'll tell you, today's startup world, people are investing a lot of money in marketing, customer acquisition,
Yeah,
and because they also believe in the concept of lifetime value of the
yeah,
customer,
exactly.
and that is where they try to acquire customer. How important do you think is profitability as a business owner? Wha- How should people focus on it according to you?
Yeah. See here, so one is that customer acquisition for the startup business. It's all depend upon the product and services. So since we are into the retail business, we always focus on the product, the how we need to take care of that product, and the pricing and the service. So product, for the getting the right product also we need the right team with the right intention team, and for the giving service for our consumers also we need the strong team. So we will work for the vision, not only for the only for salary. So we cracked it instead of investing money into the marketing. So we invested money into the building team, and we invested for the training. So a lot of training and understanding about this product and services, why we are doing this, where that every product is coming from. So we build a lot of transparency about the product. And the same thing, because they are our team is like our ambassador. So when we invested for the training, they understood, and same thing there, so informing to the customers. So in this way, actually we invested in our company. But any other startup company, of course, we need to invest, uh, but we should understand what is the outcome we are going to get. And before investing, whether marketing or for anything, we should work on the budget. Okay, how many whether money is required for the um, any other department, like team, for the marketing, for the R&D, for the innovation, for the operation. So we should work on the budget. So when we kept some budget for all these things, so and as a core team, other as a CEO, so he is the final responsible to manage to everything, so going in the right direction,
Got it.
or as per the budget.
So basically, you are saying the best way for you to be profitable is to focus on creating various functions,
Yes,
having budgets, so that you know what is the outcome that you are trying to achieve.
exactly.
And that is the way that you can focus on it. While somebody can be a startup owner, they can still focus on this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, of course. See, normally startup owners, so if they have one or two skill, they always think they can start the business. So here, what I did into during to a COVID time, so I invested a lot of time and money for myself and for learning. So that's what, like, now I have a clarity about
So
what I want to
what
do.
what were the areas that you were learning about? So is it like you started looking for mentors?
Of course, like to learn, we maybe we can learn by reading books that little bit. But if you have the right mentors, coach, definitely we can learn better than
Okay. And
anywhere.
and what was the difference of having a coach or mentor? Because you were telling that you were going through that phase of learning.
Yes,
What difference did it make to you in your life?
I think it transformed a lot in my personal life, and of course, I'm committed to be a lifelong learner. And every day, every week, I spend a lot of time for learning something new.
Okay.
Okay, so see, that's what, like in the business. So when it comes to the business, so it will come to the different functions, like the maybe product, services, HR department, human resource, finance, the operation, product, everything. But when it comes to our personal life, we should know what and all challenges may come. So especially the emotional challenges. So when we are down with emotional, we should know how to overcome. Okay, so if you have any physical challenges, we should know how to manage. Okay, if you have any financial challenges, if you have any relationship challenges, okay, if you have any personal maybe achievement tracker. So this under, like, how we are implementing everything in the business, like that personal also is very very important. So if we are strong in all this way, other if you know all this uh, segment in a personal, so definitely we can produce the more result in the business also.
So you're basically telling that you started having mentors who were able to help you structure other areas of your life so that your business could go better. Like you were able to manage your relationships well, you're able to manage your emotions well, you were able to manage your finances well,
Of course.
and that is when you started performing in your business.
Exactly. That is actually very, very important. So, as per me, as per my experience, keeping myself strong
Mm.
or maybe good at all the time is very important. So, like how we manage in business to keeping all the functions are in the right direction, right tracking. Same thing in our personal also is very, very important.
Got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you're saying entrepreneurs, if you really want to achieve big things in your life, please manage your personal life well. Don't leave that area alone so that If you feel that you can, if you leave one area of your life alone, you'll be able to work on your business. Trust me, that is unreal, not possible. Here's an entrepreneur saying us that you need to focus on all areas of your life, and you will have to manage your personal life well so that you can focus on your business life. So, what are some routines or habits that you have in your life, Mahesh, that has helped you structure your life well? Because you were telling you're managing your personal life.
Yes.
How are you doing that?
Okay, definitely I will tell you that. So maybe it looks like funny, but so every month, so I will have two sheets in my um, one of the room.
Okay.
So in that one sheet, I have my habit tracker,
Okay.
like what time I will get up every day.
Okay.
So and like whether how I'm doing exercise daily, whether yoga, whether reading, whether even how many liters water I'm drinking,
Okay.
and what kind of breakfast,
Okay.
food, dinner, and my thoughts, feelings, the energy level,
Okay.
and many things. And morning some practice, evening practice, and everything we will keep the record. And of course, morning when we'll get up 1 hour, I don't use the mobile.
Okay.
And before sleeping also, like minimum 30 minutes, I don't. I'll keep all the gadgets outside,
Okay.
out of the room.
Okay. So you have so many habits that you track, but in
Yeah.
today's hustle culture, is it really possible to do
That's
that?
what. Whether is it possible or not, we should have a tracker. If you're just telling that I can do this, do that, maybe definitely.
So you're saying people don't tangibly see whether they are doing something or not. That's why they should have a tracker so that they can focus
Of
on what
course,
they
yeah.
want to implement.
Exactly. See, that's what I kept the tracker. So when I'm taking that right mark, when I'm not doing that, it is into mark. I can see that how many into marks are there, how many like right ticks are there. See, when I'm not able to take care of myself, then who is important for me? So that will give some strong confidence when I'm maintaining, managing myself. So everything starts from like I only.
Okay.
Whether if I'm telling that I can build that, I can build this, who will believe? And first of all, I should believe myself, right?
Okay. So you're basically telling that if you are able to take care of yourself first,
Exactly.
that is when you will be able to take care of other things. Otherwise, everything is just joke.
See, otherwise everything just like see, people knows everything. If you see like management, everybody knows, and everybody knows how to build the business. Everybody knows everything, but why they're not able to do it? So because there are some belief, maybe their past belief, they know they can't start. Whether they start also, they can't continue this. That's a belief. To break that belief, we should keep the tracking systems in our life.
Exactly. Now let's talk about the point of consistency. While you told tracking system is there, a lot of people are traveling, are meeting people, are probably working in odd hours. How do they stay consistent on this? How have you been able to stay consistent? Let me ask that.
Yeah. See that, of course, the same thing for our life also. See, if something, if you're missing, that is whether because of the traveling, because of the reason, we should know that. Otherwise, if you're doing regularly, it will not show just for the consistency. And we should like a acceptable reason is okay. Otherwise, for every small reason, if you're not able to maintain it, so it will start maybe the our strong belief to achieve something may go down, but we don't know that directly. Maybe our subconscious mind is telling that you can't do anything. So when you're not doing this, okay, so keeping ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and that's what like I believe this habit tracker and everything. So when I'm seeing the right tick mark, always I feel proud. Yes, I can do anything, and
Awesome.
that will motivate. And that is the system to achieve in everywhere.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you one other question. What do you think has been the role of mentors, coaches in your life? And why do you think entrepreneurs should have it?
See, like, of course, when people, not only for entrepreneur, for any other people, so when they are saying, I know everything, I think it's a very wrong word for themselves. So when they're saying, so they want to learn something. Okay, so definitely they should start learning. See, now, for example, of course, I read a lot of books. I enjoy reading books. I'll get a lot of content and the motivation and very beautiful confidence when I'm reading books. But when I will have a right mentor, so here money is not important. The time, so with whom you are spending and how we are observing from them, it is actually very, very important. So if you have the right mentor, so already they succeed in something in their core subject. So when we want to learn something in the same subject, so when they are master in that their core, so we are learning from by observing them. That is actually very, very important. See, for example, if you want to learn something management system, if if you meet some mentor, if already master in that, so for you is a new, and you can enjoy by learning from them and you observing from them. You can observe, you can implement, and you can motivate from them. So when if you want to learn something, maybe yoga or some maybe meditation, maybe some healing. So when you meet some masters, definitely you will feel great about it.
Got it.
So mentors will always help us to learn more and better, and also they will motivate us.
Got it. And how do you grow your mindset? Because you were telling about subconscious mind, right? A lot of beliefs are there, a lot of limitations we build
Yes.
with all the samskaras that have been shared, that this is not right, this is
Yeah.
not good, taking that is not good. All of that has been shared.
Mm.
How do you grow out of it? How do you develop a mindset accordingly?
No, that is actually the true that like what you have mentioned, that culture about so same thing we have been grown like that only. So don't take the money from others, or don't tell lie. So I think this is a good culture. So we need to teach the same thing to our kids also. There is no doubt. So so what was the question?
The question is, when they have so much limiting beliefs.
Limiting beliefs. Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to the limiting beliefs, sometimes that that's what like so when we are doing something, always we'll compare about our past experiences or maybe some past traumas. This will work. This will not work. Correct. So that's what before doing something. So if you have the strong study, so we can overcome that. Otherwise, why that belief is there in our mind? So that's what, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, to spend some time to overcome those challenges and those limiting belief, that would help. Another thing is that if you're doing the uh, maybe some research about what you want to do, and if you're more confident, maybe that belief can't maybe hold you back.
Got
But
it.
still, if you're thinking that that belief is holding you back, so definitely like you should know how to overcome that. And it's always I'll suggest first you overcome that belief, uh, trusting people, trusting our business,
Okay.
okay, and helping people. See, like we always like we make the money, we can do the turnover by helping people with the right product and services. I think that itself like is a great that thought.
Got it. Got it. But most of the times, business owners and entrepreneurs don't realize what are limiting beliefs in their head.
Yeah.
How do they see it then?
See, of course, no, that will happen even before starting business also, after starting business also. If they struggled with a lot of bad experiences, that will be there in their mind, the entrepreneur's mind, to start something new, maybe that will hold them back to not to start. So I think that's what, not only like budget or AOP or investing money for the business. So we should understand our mindset and our emotional uh, belief as strength or patterns to achieve business. How we are strong
Got it.
mentally, emotionally. See what is our belief. So that we should understand first before starting.
Do you think coaches in your life, or people that you've gone through, have helped you see it, have helped you see your limiting beliefs?
See, of course, that's what like I have many coaches in my life.
Okay.
Okay, so like for my business, I have coach, and my emotional I have coach, and I have some spiritual gurus in my life.
Okay.
Of course, I discussed a lot about all these things. So why see what we do is different, but why we are doing this? Okay, see normally like so there are, I think I don't know exactly that there are four kind of people in the normally we I discuss this with my known circle.
Okay.
So the who is working for himself is a different. Who is working for the himself and his family is a different. Who is working for himself and little bit for his known circle is different. But who is working for the people is different.
Okay.
Okay, that is called as a like Superman. So in the world, so that's what I always think that I should work for the people.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Awesome. So let's talk a bit about your competition as well. There are multiple chicken chains, right? Chicken retail chains that
Yeah,
I've seen. Like I belong to Hyderabad, so I've seen Sugna Chicken here in Karnataka as well. Venki's Chicken. There Tender Cuts. There were some new startups also who acquired a lot of funding. What do you think has been something that you have been able to master that
yeah,
your competition has not been able to do?
yeah. See, that's what. See, I started my journey in poultry industry only. I know these companies like Winky's Chicken, Suguna
Mhm.
Chicken. They are very good at producing birds, and the distribution. What was the gap here? That the distribution till the consumer. So there are some traders will buy the chicken from the farms and they will give to some small chicken shop. We will cut and give, and there is no traceability and there is no like the hygienic practices, and like they're doing in the traditional way for many years because they don't know all these things. But this was the gap, and here is the my chicken more is entered in the industry in the market to solve that problem.
Got it.
So now, of course, everybody are producing, but now how many customers are buying chicken and fish with confidence?
Got it.
Okay, so
You
with
work with
enjoying that
that.
shopping experience and buying it is as one of the food. So that's what we understand this overall challenges in the market. Then so we entered and we started this business and taking care of the responsibility to providing this product. So with a transparency, with a trust, and with the quality.
Okay. Awesome. Now, there is one other brand, Licious.
Yeah.
Didn't you see them as competition while you were growing as an entrepreneur in the same industry?
Yeah, no, of course, like Licious, they're the master in the industry online meat and seafood platform. I never ever think they're like our competitor because I always I've been loving with their way of delivering the product and the way of marketing and the way of respecting about this industry. Actually, I was fan of Licious. I used to order marination product from them
Okay.
because my chicken more we don't have marination product so far.
Okay.
So Licious is like my best.
Inspiration.
Of course, it is Licious is my inspiration. Also, like so what they solved in the industry that is really amazing. So we are like the small people, but they invested their time, money, and they cracked this. If you ask anyone, Licious, everybody knows about Licious. They invested for meat and seafood industry to change this market. It's really like remarkable and is a appreciable work they have done.
Awesome. Now, let's talk about how did the whole Licious thing happen? Now, first of all, uh, were you when you were starting to build your company, did you ever think of exiting your business? Was that ever part of the plan? Because see, Indian entrepreneurs think that business is their
Yeah.
baby. So mind child, right? And they never think of exiting the baby. Either they want to pass it on to their next generations, or it shuts down as the person moves on with other things in life. What did you ever plan this, or it just happened?
No, it is like think I never planned about this exit of my business. See how it has started. Normally, I think so first is goal, vision, second is team, me is third. Okay, so in our company also we first we place the culture, team, then the task is last. So when like we were also trying to raise the fund, and at the same time, Lysis reached out to us, and our vision also was same, and their vision also was same. They also wanted to start retail business, and same thing is matched. And when I met the Lysis founder Vivek and Abhay, I something I really felt they're like my soulmates.
Oh,
Same
wow.
kind of mindset, and I think they're again further ahead than me by doing this business and building this business. I loved them and accepted this offer, and I joined my strength
Okay.
to
What
them.
what made you accept the offer other than the matching of the vibe mindset? What else were other factors that you considered? You see, it's not an easy decision to let go your baby, right? And I know it takes a lot of courage. As a MSME business owner, it takes a lot of courage to do it. What were other factors that you considered for you to be able to sell your brand, My Chicken and More, to Licious?
Yeah. See, very importantly, when we were discussing, they give the opportunity to build business, My Chicken and More, uh, this concept for the nation with more than 200, 300 stores.
Okay.
So that actually inspired me. So if I want to do for myself own as a only for our alone, maybe we could reach some 50, 60 outlets. When they give the offer opportunity to build this brand, so that actually like so motivated me and building this, because so far so many years we learned this business, and I thought, no, this is a good opportunity for me to build. And of course, as a founder, I never ever think it is this business is only for me and like my baby and all this thing. I
Oh,
always think
nice.
that this I am building for the nation, okay, this I am building for the society. See, even if you want to money also, how many crores you want? 5 crores, 10 crores, your life will settle.
Got it.
After, see, you always think about legacy. So that was there in my mind, and
So you're saying basically because you had legacy as a thought process,
yes,
that is where you made this decision.
exactly,
Got
of
it.
course,
Okay, cool. Now, I'll tell you there was one of the post where somebody had sold his startup and had made millions of dollars exiting his startup, and he posted that he doesn't know what to do with the money. Now, let me ask you, what are your plans for yourself and the vision that you have for My Chicken and More? How are you engaged currently?
yeah. See, now we started collaborating with my chicken and more with the Licious. So now we started collaborating my chicken and more with Licious, with all the segment, with the product and the back end buying and the finance and the HR, human resource and everything. So now, so we are my chicken and more. We plan to open uh, separate brand as a my chicken and more. Some yearly this year, some 20, 25 stores, and maybe next year every month 2 to 3 stores.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
So that is where you are
yeah,
actually working, and you're still the CEO of My Chicken and
yeah.
More.
Of course. So I'm the CEO of.
So you're still building.
Yes, I'm
So
still
you are
building.
apart, but you're still together.
Yes. No, this is what like I liked. So after I sold my shares to Licious, so I will be the leader for this brand. So it's made me to accept this offer.
And they agreed to it.
Ah, of course, of course.
And how is it different now for you to uh, work for My Chicken and More as a formal CEO?
Yeah,
How is it different from being a business owner
yeah.
to being a proper CEO?
Of course, like earlier it was we had some maybe small vision. Now I have big vision to motivate me. And working with leases, I'm enjoying this experience and learning a lot from them. It's amazing. Like I'm feeling very happy and proud for being uh, with Licious.
Okay.
Okay, as a CEO of My Chicken and More.
Wow.
Entire environment is completely changed now. Like, so we have a great opportunity to build.
Beautiful. Now, what do you think has changed in terms of your own vision when you met these founders? Because now they're making 800 to 1,000 crore with the
Yeah.
market. They are planning more, and because I also know that why they preferred you, because your offline network was
Yes.
extremely strong,
Of
and
course.
that is where they
Yeah.
wanted to strengthen their offline hold in the market, so that their supply chain could also get better, and
Yeah.
if they ever want to expand more deeper in the market, they can do it. What has changed for you? What do you think in terms of vision has changed, Peter?
So here that building offline store like a omni channel, it was like we planned in Magic and more. So Licious they're doing online, and this is the time they want to start this omni channel retail stores.
Yeah.
So here our see vision was the concept vision was same. That
Mm.
here numbers are increasing. So this vision actually really like maybe we were planning for 50, 60 stores, but now I have a vision to build this brand for nation more than 200, 300 stores.
Okay.
This is like a great opportunity, and to change the customer consumer mindset from wet market to organized, or maybe to buy this product. I think we should enter to the offline stores. Then they can see, they can touch, they can observe all this. services, and they can change from that unorganized to organized.
So, from being somebody who is focusing only on your state to thinking pan India,
Yeah.
your vision is changed. Okay, and what have you learned about work culture being with them? Because they have fancy offices, they have fancy roles, but I'm sure there is a lot of depth that they have. What have you learned personally from them?
Yeah. See, with releases, every time when I go to that office, I enjoyed a lot about the team and their competencies and their way of working style. It's really amazing. So that each and every employees are like the very strong there, and their dedication and their way of working and the decision making skills, amazing. It's completely different and new for us. So we are learning a lot from them. I think so. We are enjoying this.
Awesome. Anything else that you want to share about working with Licious? Anything that you have gained as experience or you want people to know about working with such a big brand now,
Yeah.
being a partner in a way?
Yes. See, of course, the way of Licious is thinking to provide the best product for the consumers in India is uh, really amazing and the appreciable things. And now with the My Chicken and More and Licious, both are now one. Okay, so we are planning to build My Chicken and More is a like a unique brand for the offline meat retail, and with the support and all the guidance from Licious, I think India is going to eat better meat.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, let me ask you some more closing questions. What do you think Indian entrepreneurs or MSME business owners need to learn from your journey as an entrepreneur? If you had to tell me 5 lessons, what do you think they should learn?
See, entrepreneur, one thing in my career, so I felt many times when it comes to the decision making. So normally any other supervisors, managers, and their team, so they always think so they will have senior manager to ask. So for me, is there is no senior for above me to ask. Okay, so when it comes to my mind, till after I started my business 10, 12 years, I didn't focus on learning. But I struggled a lot about this taking decisions and all. So one thing I will tell all the entrepreneurs, keep learning something new. So related to your business. Keep always learning. Spend a good amount of time and money for learning new things, and that will give more confidence and the clarity. Second thing is focus on your personal health. It's maybe it could be physical health or emotional health. So that is very important because you are you should be not the energy drainer. You should always the energy process. Okay, energy giver. So when you are good at your emotional, so when you're good at emotionally strong, and you can give energy to the other people. And third one is that you should know how to overcome any challenges. The techniques you should know. Any challenges comes, you should keep the techniques to overcome, and you should maybe learn what techniques are maybe important with any situation to overcome that. Of course, discipline in the especially financially and personally both are very very important. Uh, Discipline is very important,
Okay.
and of course, as a leader, people will always observe us to learn something. Otherwise, always people will observe as a founder, as a CEO. We should be clear about what we are doing and why we are doing.
Awesome. I think we have had an amazing, amazing podcast. I have personally learned a lot from you. If I had to summarize the journey, to be honest, you started your business from being somebody who came from village, starting as a sales officer to starting the business of My Chicken and More with the purest of intention to serve good quality chicken. Uh, while you face a lot of challenges of customers accepting you as a new brand, as a new experience, you still supported them, understood that their challenge is genuine because they are getting aware of the new concept. You made them understand retail, retail in a showroom way can be fairly priced, not overly priced. You gave the best prices possible. You did the right thing. You did samples. You did marketing so that they could understand. And then you designed the process so that their shopping experience could be great. Then you would share that if you faced multiple challenges, but you had to go through mindset shift of being a doer, analyzing and predicting the future, and knowing how to manage emotions. Apart from that, you also shared that you face challenges in building team members, systems, and competitors. This is where you shared that you learned from mentors, you learned from coaches, and managed all the areas of your life and business. Then we talked about a bit of competition. You told what differs you from competition is how you are creating the experience of shopping for people, which is absolutely loving, caring, and they are assured that they are buying good quality food. Apart from that, you shared your journey of getting acquired by Licious and still working with you. You shared that legacy is what business entrepreneurs should think so that they can plan exits. Other than that, it will still end up being a business which will never live beyond you. Then you shared the final 5 lessons to learn from you. One, learning new things, focusing on personal areas of life, problem solving, financial discipline, and being a leader and inspiration to everybody around you. Thank you so much for being here, Mahesh. It was amazing having you. I have personally learned a lot, and I am sure everybody else has also learned a lot. Thank you so much for watching this podcast till the end. I am sure, if not anything, this podcast can give you an inspiration that how you can start from scratch and go till the end to be able to exit your business and still continue the vision that you have. And vision is created when you think of legacy. So you will know from being going from scratch to being able to follow the legacy, you will learn a lot. If you like the podcast, then follow my channel, Indicon's Business Podcast, and I will get such guests who you can learn from and get inspiration to grow your business. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great time.